You're arrested for domestic violence, and suddenly everyone assumes you're guilty. But what they don't see are the false accusations, the missing context, or how quickly things spiraled before you had a chance to explain. I'm Danny Izquierdo, a criminal defense attorney in Florida, and I've helped clients in your exact position protect their rights and fight charges that never should have been filed in the first place. In this video, I'll share 5 legal strategies that can make or break a domestic violence case and when to use them. So you don't just rely on hope, walk into court unprepared, or let one incident destroy your future. Tip number 1, stay silent until you have a lawyer. If you're being investigated or charged with domestic violence in Florida, the first rule is simple: do not talk. Not to law enforcement, not to the alleged victim, not to friends, not in text, not in calls, not on social media. Because the second you start explaining, you start creating evidence. People think they can clear it up by telling their side, but police are trained to collect statements that support an arrest, and prosecutors use your own words to fill in gaps. Even something that sounds harmless, like "it was just an argument," or "I was trying to calm her down," can be framed as an admission of intent or guilt. So here's the only sentence you need: "I want to speak with my attorney." Then you stop talking. Silence is not being rude. Silence is you protecting your future. And once you stop the bleeding, you move to the next step: building what the police report won't include. Tip number 2, start gathering evidence that tells your side. Domestic violence cases in Florida often come down to competing stories. So your job is to start collecting anything that makes your story provable. Make a list immediately: where you were, who was present, who heard what happened before, during, and after. Then preserve anything that can't be recreated later. Photos of injuries you have, photos of the scene, broken items, the layout of the room, anything that shows what really happened. Saved messages, texts, voicemails, DMs, social posts, anything that shows tone, threats, admissions, or contradictions. And don't forget video: doorbell cameras, home cameras, apartment hallway cameras, nearby businesses, even a neighbor's camera pointed at the street. Evidence disappears fast. Footage gets overwritten. Phones get wiped. Accounts get deleted. That's why getting an attorney early matters, because your lawyer can send preservation requests and take steps to lock things down before it's gone. Now, while you're building your defense, there's one mistake that blows up more cases than people realize. Tip number 3, obey no contact orders no matter what. If you're charged with domestic violence in Florida, you're likely going to be hit with a no contact order. Treat it like a landmine. No calls, no texts, no DMs, no likes, no comments, no "tell her I said" through a friend or family member. And here's the part that shocks people: it does not matter if the alleged victim wants to talk. It does not matter if they reach out first. The order is still on you. I've seen people get rearrested because they thought, "we're married, we can work this out. She invited me home." That can turn into a new criminal charge, bond problems, and a judge who suddenly sees you as someone who doesn't follow court orders. If there are kids involved, or you need to coordinate bills or property, your attorney can help set up legal channels and, in some cases, ask the court to modify conditions. But you do not freelance this. Follow the order exactly. Now let's talk about the document that often decides how hard your case gets pushed: the police report. Tip number 4, challenge the report. Don't accept it as truth. People assume if it's in the police report, it's fact. In reality, domestic calls are chaotic, and officers often show up after the peak of the conflict. They make quick decisions based on what they see, who is emotional, who has visible marks, and what they think happened in minutes. That report can be incomplete, inaccurate, or flat out wrong. Your defense is about pressure testing everything: body cam video, 911 calls, photos, medical records, witness statements, timeline inconsistencies. Sometimes the alleged story changes. Sometimes the injury has another source. Sometimes the officer misunderstood what was said. Sometimes a question was phrased in a way that created a false admission. A good defense is not arguing feelings, it's attacking facts. And once you understand that, the final tip becomes obvious because time helps the state and hurts you. Tip number 5, move fast, build your defense immediately. Florida domestic violence cases move quickly, and waiting makes everything harder. Witnesses forget details, footage gets deleted, messages get lost, and you miss early opportunities to improve your position in the case, bond issues, conditions of release, evidence preservation, and strategy from day one. Also, in Florida, even if the alleged victim wants to drop it, the state can still prosecute. So you can't sit back hoping it disappears. You need a defense plan now. The sooner you start, the more options you usually have. And the fewer mistakes you make early, the less leverage the prosecution gets later. Now, let's recap. If you're facing a domestic violence allegation in Florida, remember these 5 moves. Stay silent and ask for your attorney. Gather evidence that supports your version of events. Follow the no contact order exactly, even if it feels unfair. Challenge the police report with real proof. Act fast because the clock is always running. If you found this helpful, watch the next video on 5 tricks cops use during DUI traffic stops, because the same thing is true there too. Small talk turns into evidence fast. I'll see you over there.